What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Strange.
It's very strange. So coming up from CBR.com, it said in 2020, Michael Leslie was announced as the writer and showrunner behind Peacock's, again, Peacock, upcoming Battlestar Galactica reboot. However, Leslie is now signed on to write the pilot for a sci-fi series based on novels by Margaret Atwood and serve as executive producer. Leslie's recent change of projects was announced by Deadline, which ventured that the creator would no longer be a part of the Peacock's intergalactic reboot. Instead, he's working on Hulu's upcoming Madame. So, this feeds directly. I'm going to stop right there. Like, Peacock hired someone to write and showrun a Battlestar Galactica reboot. Hulu was reading that, found that out, poached him, definitely offered him more money to come do the same thing for another sci-fi dystopian epic that Hulu's doing. That's nuts. I'm telling you, they are desperate for content, PJ. So what's up now? Mr. Robot creator Sam Esmail is the creator and producer. Sorry, let me go back. Chrome. He's the executive producer and main developer behind the upcoming series. Esmail shared in January 2021 that he sought out the blessing of 2004's Battlestar Galactica showrunner prior to the development for the project for Peacock. I spoke to him before I even took on the project to make sure that it's all kosher with him. Because the last thing I want to do is step on his toes. And the one thing we both agreed on is it won't be a reboot of what he did, which is what I think we both wanted. Which is great. Cool. You know, I was a little tired of the whole Battlestar Galactica thing anyways. By the time Battlestar ended, I was definitely sort of over that universe because it started off real fresh. It was dark and gritty. And you never really introduced a whole lot of hope, which is my main criticism of Battlestar. You never really got a whole lot of hope out of that series. It just started really bad and just got worse and worse and worse. You're like, damn, man.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the way it ended. Doesn't it seem though that this guy Leslie, he went out of his way to get Ronald Moore's blessing, and now he's not even going to be part of it. I don't know. It's weird.
No. That's Sam Esmail. Leslie's a different. Michael Leslie was announced as a showrunner. Showrunner.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
showrunner.
Yeah,
exactly. Esmail is the executive producer and the developer. It's confused. They sound like they're the same person. My bad. Yeah. The reason they're mentioning that is like they're just giving history on how Battlestar works. But the problem is, you have an executive producer, you have a developer, but now your writer and showrunner just exited. So I'm not sure how far you can be along when your main guy leaves at the end of 2020 and your executive producer in 2021 is talking about how it's going great. I'm not sure how it can be. I don't think it can be going great. You know, we were actually planning on doing Battlestar videos because this announcement, but we might hold off now because I don't know if it's going to happen for a while. We'll see.
Yeah, it does give you pause, right?
Yeah, because how can they actually be in development when they lost their guy in 2020? Oh, no.
Yeah, there's definitely something
they signed
there.
Him in 2020. They lost him last month. I'm sorry. They lost him. So.
There's something there that's like not being addressed, right? There's something more there, right?
Yeah, so they poached their main guy. They poached the main showrunner. And their executive producer is basically like, oh, everything's fine. It's fine. It doesn't sound fine to me, dude. I do like the fact that they're not going to be just a direct reboot of what 2004 did. Just like I was happy that 2004 wasn't a direct reboot of the 1970s version, right?
Yeah.
I know.
But they're
a lot of my
they're in the
friends
same.
What's that?
But they're in the Ronald D. Moore universe, though, right?
Are they?
That's my understanding. Yeah, they're in the Ronald D. Moore universe.
Yeah, I've had conversations about that so many times because they talk about in the first season they talk about like that time, but then there's characters in Battlestar 2004 that are directly from 1970s and they're like completely swapped. I don't know how. I'm not sure they can be in the same universe. I feel like it has to be a reboot and not.
I mean,
a continuation.
It could be. I mean, from when I read about this, like the thing that comes to my mind, it could be like, for example, you have 13 colonies, right? And the Cylons attack. It would make sense for there to be other groups of survivors. It could just be another group of survivors
with the same names.
No, there could be another group of survivors that are totally different characters.
Oh, you're saying this new... I'm sorry. I thought you were directing... I thought you were talking about 2004 and 1970s version.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Because they really wanted Ronald D. Moore's blessing, and it's from my understanding, it's like they kind of needed his blessing, so that to me, it's almost clear to me that they're going to be in the same universe.
Yeah, why would you need his blessing if you're not even basing anything on his work? So yeah, they must be. It must be. That would make sense. I mean, it couldn't be called Battlestar Galactica then, right? I mean, maybe it's called Battlestar Galactica and it's the name of another ship or something. You know. My
theory is it's going to be. Go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
No.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was saying that would be really smart if they wanted to spin this off like Star Trek, is to start calling new shows Battlestar and then whatever the next ship is.
Something like that, yeah.
Intrepid or Voyager, whatever. You get my drift. Yeah.
Maybe they actually get to Earth someday.
Well, I mean, dude, the way it ended, it's almost like, it is Earth. Like we're in that timeline. That was like a total mind f. I remember watching that last episode. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Yeah. The way they spun that, it wasn't entirely clear to me still, to this day. And I've seen that series 4 or 5 times.
It's up there with the ending of Lost for me.
Oh, my God. Oh, don't even get me started on Lost. Lost was the biggest disappointment of ever for TV for me. Because I was so invested in this show, and I was pulling for it.
Were you?
I was arguing with my friends. This is back in the day when people used to actually come over and watch it, right? Now that's not a thing. But we'd be arguing, no, man, they're going somewhere. They're going to explain everything. I was totally on their side. I was like, no. Trust me. I remember my buddy Jason being like, no, they're running out of time. They're going to leave it hanging, and you're going to be so upset. And he's like, I'm done. I'm not watching it anymore. I remember we were on the last season, that very first episode, and he's like, still nothing on questions brought up in season 1. I'm out. Never watched a single one episode after that. He goes, you tell me how it ends. And he left, right? And we get to the whole thing the whole time. I'm fighting for it. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And they get to the end, and it's purgatory.
I got really into it too, Brian. And it's like, you and me are like, we're one step away from having like Dharma Initiative pajamas and stuff. And we're all like,
it's so frustrating. I had posters of the Dharma Initiative and stuff in my shop. Like I have a workshop here. And when I started my business around the time that that show was going on. So I had printed these giant, huge Dharma Initiative posters with like the old computers. Like they were like employee handbooks, but like they were just twisted enough for you to realize something's wrong with this like employee guide. And at the very end, it showed the Dharma logo. They were really cool. I gotta dig those up.
That's great.
Yeah, man. That Battlestar ending wasn't on the same level, but it was similar. Like so, I hate when TV does that. Like they're so desperate to wrap something up that they just wrap it up in the most loose, sort of uncommitting way. You know, I guess it makes sense. Purgatory answers all the questions because they don't. There is no questions if you're in purgatory. It's all in your head. We don't have to tell you what's up with the polar bears. Why are there polar bears on the island? Well, it doesn't matter. You're in purgatory. It doesn't matter if there's polar bears. What about the code? The guy's got to keep... It doesn't matter. Purgatory makes everything unimportant. And that is the worst way. Drag your audience along for all this time and then just hit them with that purgatory line. Good times. All right, back to Battlestar. So I think that the losing that showrunner makes Sam Esmail's comments a little suspect. We might not be looking at this show launching in 2022 as they said it was going to happen. I doubt it will happen. But we're moving on. So let's talk about some more dystopian.
Can I just throw one thing out there?
Go ahead.
Seth MacFarlane is heavily involved in Peacock Universal content now. Just throwing that out there.
What a absolute twist that would be. Imagine if Seth MacFarlane took over as showrunner for Battlestar Galactica. Oh my God, the orbital.
Thanks for watching. To see the full conversation, become a member of the Popcast family. Use the link in the description below, or go to our channel and click the join button. Select your tier, and we'll see you at the next show.